Knull. Before there was anything, there was Knull, the god of the void. Born in darkness before the Big Bang, he forged the first symbiote weapon, all black, the Necro Sword, to slay Celestials. Later, he created a living planet, Clintar, home to the symbiotes. When his creations rebelled, they imprisoned him, setting the foundation for the symbiote legacy that would haunt Marvel's universe. But before we explain every Venom-type symbiote variant, a real quick ask that if you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button now. It's one small click for you, but a huge deal for us. Thanks. Venom. Venom began as Spider-Man's mysterious black suit from Secret Wars. When Peter Parker rejected it, the alien bonded with Eddie Brock. Fueled by shared hatred, together they became Venom. With shape-shifting powers, web generation, and healing, Venom evolved from villain to anti-hero. The symbiote has spawned several children, including Mania and Sleeper, making it central to the symbiote bloodline. Carnage. Carnage is the unholy spawn of Venom, bonded to deranged killer Cletus Cassidy, pure chaos. Unlike Venom, Carnage has no moral code and a greater affinity with its host. It can shapeshift weapons, infect others, and regenerate. Carnage has spawned others like Rays and controlled heroes through fragments, leaving a crimson trail of destruction across several Marvel events. Scream. Scream is one of the 5 Life Foundation symbiotes, forcibly spawning from Venom. It bonded with Donna Diego, who suffered from schizophrenia, resulting in a volatile duo. With long, prehensile hair used as a weapon and enhanced physical abilities, Scream stands out with her red-yellow color scheme. She's known for grappling with morality, mental instability, and moments of reluctant heroism. Toxin. Toxin, born from Carnage, is the 1000th symbiote in the lineage. It initially bonded with NYPD officer Pat Mulligan and later with teenager Bren Waters. Toxin possesses immense strength, potentially surpassing both Venom and Carnage, and retains knowledge of its lineage. Despite its violent nature, Toxin leans toward heroism, making it one of the most powerful yet conflicted symbiotes in Marvel lore. Hybrid. Hybrid is a rare fusion of 4 Life Foundation symbiotes, Riot, Phage, Lasher, and Agony. They merged and bonded with security guard Scott Washington, granting him mobility and enhanced combat abilities. Hybrid could generate multiple tendrils simultaneously, each with different traits. However, the real struggle was mental. Scott constantly battled the voices of 4 distinct symbiotes within his mind. Payback. Mavis Trent, a SHIELD agent, bonded with a unique symbiote called Payback. Unlike traditional symbiotes, Payback activated only when Mavis experienced complete bliss. It grants her a silver-skinned, energy-based form which increased agility and the power to generate electricity. This bond functions more like a responsive suit than a parasite, making Payback one of the most unusual and psychologically triggered symbiotes in the Marvel Universe. Lasher. Lasher is another Life Foundation symbiote. Bonded with mercenary Ramon Hernandez, recognizable by his green color, Lasher specializes in whip-like tendrils for offense and mobility, making him effective in combat. Though not deeply explored, Lasher's abilities reflect a tactical design. After separating from the Foundation, Ramon aimed to become a hero, but was tragically killed during separation anxiety. Phage. Phage is one of the Life Foundation symbiotes, easily recognized by its ability to morph limbs into bladed weapons, ranging from jagged knives to sharp spikes. Often seen fighting alongside its symbiote siblings, Phage rarely takes center stage, but contributes to their tactical operations. In Venom: The Last Dance, Phage briefly appears bonded to a security guard named Jim, continuing its legacy as a lethal, combat-driven offspring of Venom. Agony. Agony, born from the Life Foundation experiment, is notable for her striking purple and pink form. Bonded with Leslie Jesneria, a security officer, Agony possesses all baseline symbiote powers plus a unique trait, acid venom. She can spit or secrete it, capable of dissolving nearly any material. She also absorbs harmful chemicals for offensive use. In film, Agony is reimagined with electric powers and speed, diverging from her comic-based corrosive abilities. Riot. Riot is the strongest of the Life Foundation symbiotes, and bonded with Trevor Cole, a brutal security officer. Known for brute strength and weaponized limbs, usually forming hammers or maces, Riot thrives in close combat. While his comic appearances are limited, his live-action debut as the antagonist in Venom showcased advanced abilities and tactical awareness. Riot's aggressive nature and raw power cement him as the enforcer among his symbiote siblings. Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom was created when Martin Lee's powers accidentally purged cancer from Eddie Brock, altering remnants of the original symbiote. This produced a new entity immune to traditional symbiote weaknesses and capable of healing. Anti-Venom could cure disease, neutralize toxins, and disrupt other symbiotes. Though Brock sacrificed it during Spider Island, Flash Thompson later became new host via exposure to the Anti-Venom serum, reviving its legacy under government watch. Bedlam. First introduced in Venom No. 1, 2021, Bedlam is a terrifying temporal offshoot of Eddie Brock, pulled from the timeline by Meridius. This version of Eddie is mentally regressed into a ruthless British criminal archetype, consumed by rage and obsessed with killing Peter Parker. As a King in Black variant, Bedlam can project his consciousness through time and space, disorienting enemies with psychological terror. His raw power, bloodlust, and time-hopping abilities make him a fearsome, chaotic presence in the symbiote lore. Zzzxx. Zzzxx is a techno-organic symbiote and a major departure from traditional hosts. Originating from the same species, it's unique for acting purely as a brain-eating parasite. First seen in X-Men, it bonded with Shi'ar warrior Raza, using its tendrils and high intelligence to control hosts and feed on cerebral matter. With no interest in coexistence, Zzzxx is one of the most dangerous and purely predatory symbiotes in Marvel's lineup. Agent Venom. After losing his legs in military service, Flash Thompson was chosen for a government super soldier program using the Venom symbiote. As Agent Venom, he blended standard symbiote abilities like strength, agility, and web-like constructs with military-grade firearms and training. Flash used his second chance to become a hero, though he constantly battled the symbiote's darker urges. His tenure brought honor to Venom's legacy while showing its potential for controlled good. Sleeper. Sleeper, the seventh spawn of Venom, debuted in Venom 2018 No. 165. Unlike its aggressive siblings, Sleeper exhibits intelligence and moral independence. Initially targeted for weaponization, it briefly bonded with Eddie Brock before merging with war-hardened soldier Tel-Kar. Sleeper can manipulate chemicals, producing pheromones, toxins, or hallucinogens, and retains the enhanced strength, shape-shifting, and durability of typical symbiotes. Its evolving narrative explores ethics, loyalty, and self-determination, standing out as a thoughtful and powerful addition to the lineage. Rascal. Rascal debuted in Free Comic Book Day 2022 Spider-Man/Venom No. 1 and bonded with Normie Osborn, grandson of Norman Osborn. Originating from a corrupted symbiote line manipulated by Kang, Rascal was gifted to Normie by Dylan Brock. Though young and inexperienced, Rascal merged with Normie to create a new version of Red Goblin. Rascal's personality is described as puppy-like, and its combat abilities remain limited, reflecting its early stage of growth and disconnected hive origin. Grendel and Grendel's mother. Grendel is an ancient dragon-like symbiote created by Knull, first appearing in Venom 2018 No. 1. Used to conquer planets and slaughter gods, Grendel is one of Knull's earliest weapons. It fought Thor in the Viking Age before being buried and later unearthed by S.H.I.E.L.D., triggering Knull's modern resurrection. Massive, psychic, and capable of spawning new symbiotes, Grendel embodies darkness and chaos. Grendel's mother is a lesser-known counterpart, similarly rooted in ancient symbiote experimentation. Tyrannosaurus Symbiote. The Tyrannosaurus Symbiote originated as an offshoot of Grendel and was recovered from Arctic ice after Thor's battle. Used in S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Sim Soldier program, it bonded with Rex Strickland during the Vietnam War. Named for its brute force and primal aggression, the Tyrannosaurus Symbiote retained standard powers but adapted for battlefield command and strategic warfare. Its legacy helped bridge the early attempts to militarize symbiotes with Earth's broader super soldier initiatives in later comics. Extrembiote. Introduced in King in Black 2020 No. 2, the Extrembiote emerged during Knull's invasion of Earth. Tony Stark fused a captured symbiote dragon with the Extremis virus, rewriting its biology. It briefly merged with Iron Man's armor before later bonding with Cletus Cassidy. The Extrembiote exhibits standard symbiote traits but adds near-reality warping capabilities, including hyper-realistic illusions and adaptive weapon constructs, making it one of the most dangerously versatile symbiotes in existence. Misery. Misery debuted in Cult of Carnage Misery 2023 No. 1 after Alchemax attempted to combine Anti-Venom and Carnage's genetic material. During a lab attack, CEO Liz Allen was exposed to the hybrid substance, transforming her into Misery. This new symbiote possesses the healing and purification abilities of Anti-Venom alongside Carnage's offensive lethality. Misery represents the experimental evolution of symbiotes, engineered rather than spawned, blending technological interference with volatile alien biology in unpredictable and powerful ways. Silence. Silence first appeared in Extreme Carnage Phage 2021 No. 1. Created from Anti-Venom serum combined with data from the Scream symbiote, it bonded with Andy Benton during a conflict with Phage, granting her enhanced combat strength, resilience, and purification abilities. Silence's creation was part of a broader government initiative to control symbiotes. With its clean design and unique power blend, Silence is a rare symbiote forged for healing and battle, continuing Andy's deep symbiote legacy. Serpent. Serpent was introduced in Venom 2021 number 13, emerging after Eddie Brock's clash with Limbo's King during the Dark Web event. This newly formed symbiote later bonded with Donald Blake and Desmond Pitt, also known as Darkoth. While little is known about its full capabilities, Serpent's origin from magical and interdimensional circumstances suggests an unusual mutation among symbiotes. It carries thematic elements of chaos and transformation, potentially linking symbiotes to mysticism. Scorn. Scorn debuted in Carnage 2011 number 5, born from a fragment of the Carnage symbiote left on Dr. Tanis Neve's prosthetic arm. Unlike other symbiotes, Scorn possesses techno-organic abilities, allowing it to interface with and control machines. It can manipulate electronics and even access cyberspace. Dr. Neve struggled with Scorn's violent nature and her own ethics, leading to an ongoing internal conflict that defines their dynamic within the Marvel symbiote lore. Eddie Brock's Spider-Man. In Extreme Venomverse number 1, a twist on Venom's origin unfolds. Here, Peter Parker dies while separating from the symbiote, which then bonds with Eddie Brock. Inheriting Peter's sense of duty, the symbiote and Brock become Spider-Man in his place. Motivated by guilt and redemption, they protect New York and confront Dr. Octopus, showcasing a version of Venom that carries both Spider-Man's legacy and a deep desire to do good. The Venom Family. In an alternate reality featured in Extreme Venomverse number 1, Eddie Brock, Anne Weying, and their son Dylan all bond with a chaotic version of the Venom symbiote. When Dylan loses control and threatens a girl named Leah, Anne and Eddie intervene. Eventually, Anne reconciles with her past, and the family unites to help Dylan master his powers. Samurai Venom. Samurai Venom was introduced in Extreme Venomverse number 1, where Takemoto Tatsuya bonds with a symbiote through a sword in a dystopian Japan ruled by corporations. Distrusting the alien, Tatsuya nonetheless uses its power to protect civilians from Oscorp enforcers like Scorpion and Vulture. After proving his worth in battle, he joins Anne Weying's Agent Venom initiative to aid other Venom variants in the growing multiversal conflict against shared threats. Black Cat Venom. In Extreme Venomverse number 2, Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, forms a powerful bond with the symbiote after rescuing it from the Baxter Building. Unlike Spider-Man, whose emotions conflicted with the symbiote, Felicia's connection proves stable and mutually beneficial. After clashing with Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, her union with Venom is accepted, showing how compatibility with the symbiote depends on psychological harmony, not just physical capability or moral standing. Life Model Venom. Extreme Venomverse number 2 introduces a world where Eddie Brock is killed by Cletus Cassidy, prompting S.H.I.E.L.D. to create a life model Decoy to lure the Venom symbiote. Once bonded, Life Model Venom disables its programming and rebels, using advanced weaponry to fight back. After defeating a Carnage variant, it's invited by Agent Venom to join the multiversal resistance. Life Model Venom showcases how artificial intelligence and symbiotes can form a deadly hybrid. Venom 1602. Venom 1602 appears in Extreme Venomverse number 2, where a court jester named Hieronymus Skelton hosts the symbiote during an alternate Renaissance-era timeline. Amid a plague called the Red Death, Skelton entertains royalty with his powers, but when a Carnage variant reveals itself as the true Red Death, it slaughters everyone in the castle. This historical twist on the Venom mythos merges classic Marvel horror with medieval dread and royal tragedy. Black Fang. Black Fang emerges in Extreme Venomverse number 3, set in prehistoric Earth. After bonding with a newly landed symbiote, Dylan Brock becomes the first human Venom hybrid. When Kree soldiers enslave her tribe, she uses the symbiote's powers to free them with help from Anne Weying's Agent Venom. Despite her heroism, Dylan is cast out by her people, ultimately joining Weying's multiversal symbiote army. Black Fang reflects ancient strength, alien legacy, and tribal conflict. Madame Brock. In Extreme Venomverse number 3, a Wild West version of Venom emerges as Madame Brock, a fortune-teller with a mysterious past. After saving Webslinger from a torch-wielding gang, she reveals an awareness of the multiverse and her own destiny. Madame Brock, calm yet powerful, wields her symbiote with grace and control. Her story merges the supernatural with the Old West, introducing a unique, grounded variant who later meets Weying's Agent Venom for recruitment. Venom Space Knight. Venom Space Knight, the cosmic version of Flash Thompson's symbiote, returns in Extreme Venomverse number 3. After discovering a dark organ harvesting operation, he battles Lord Titus, before being flung through space. Despite his crash landing, he's approached by Agent Venom to join the multiversal fight against Carnage. This version combines classic symbiote powers with high-tech space armor, representing Venom's potential for heroism far beyond Earth's boundaries. Venom Bloom. In Extreme Venomverse number 4, Peach Momoko introduces Venom Bloom, a terrifying fusion of floral beauty and symbiote horror. Born when the Venom symbiote bonded with a flower, it quickly devours a fairy and morphs into a humanoid form covered in petals. It consumes the entire forest before drifting above a city, raining black ooze, then transforms civilians into symbiote monsters. Venom Bloom represents a natural force of corruption, blending fairy tale aesthetics with disturbing biological invasion. Venom Noir. In a grim noir universe, Extreme Venomverse number 4 presents Father Eddie Brock as the Sin Eater, a brutal priest bonded with the Venom symbiote. Seeking vengeance for his own downfall, he murders mobster John Deward and uses his body as a message. When another man confesses to the crimes, Brock grants him a piece of the symbiote to assume the role of the killer. Venom Noir is shadowy, brutal, and morally twisted, fitting its dark 1930s-inspired world. Necroko. Necroko stars in Extreme Venomverse number 4, where a student named Ellie Ellison bonds with a symbiote hidden inside a magical hair bow. Through a vibrant magical girl transformation, Ellie becomes Necroko, wielding the pretty whip of justice, actually the symbiote's tongue. She defeats lizard monsters, attacking her school, and dreams of creating a heroic team with her crush, Parker Piper. Necroko fuses anime-inspired visuals with symbiote chaos in one of the most whimsical variants yet. Jeff the Landshark symbiote. Jeff the Landshark gets his symbiote moment in Extreme Venomverse number 5. Already a fan favorite from West Coast Avengers, Jeff briefly bonds with a symbiote that turns him into a towering creature. After some chaotic but harmless playtime, Kate Bishop takes Jeff to a concert, where the loud music separates the two. Although short-lived, this lighthearted transformation gives Marvel's cutest creature a hilarious and memorable taste of symbiote power. And that's each of the Venom-type symbiote variants explained. What are your thoughts? Which one's your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these deep dives and strange lore. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks.